Okay, so it looks like we do another video. Another one, I guess, talking about the cover art. So that's going to be pretty neat. I do enjoy the cover art for this particular game. This came out like the other day, or like 5 days ago, or a week, almost a week ago. I did know about the pre-orders. Pre-orders did not look appealing, even in the slightest. $80 for standard might not be too bad. $100 or 110 after tax and all that for Ultimate Edition might be fine, because you might get a bunch of stuff there. So, yeah, there's decent stuff that unlocks with Ultimate. I'm not concerned about that. Just like everybody else, I think the types that are more concerned about the physical copies we're pretty much just worried about that. I have nothing against anybody who's trying to sell games a certain way. Actually, I do. I have a lot against that, but because they will try to do a thing, and I don't think it's entirely conjecture or just made up. I guess they could say that, whatever your heart desires. I guess you can just say that they are trying to find ways to get the maximum amount out of their fan bases. So you sell digital copies first. You probably get people in the door with some of the content you'll get for pre-orders. Pre-orders are fine. They look like they were pretty fun. I mean, you get like some, maybe some Mac Daddy, Vice City, cool stuff. Maybe some extra stuff for just the pre-order itself. Physical disc, I think they may have some kind of a disc format coming. It's just not going to be right away. I'm just hoping they can do actually all on disc too. Like, we're not just talking getting any kind of a disc, like a full-on disc physical copy. And how soon that is, it could be hopefully around release. Hopefully it's on release, if not even after release. I'm just waiting entirely for that. Fucking shit ain't even staying on. That's all I'm waiting for. If I decide to even buy the game at all, that is the only format I'm going to buy it in. At least for now. I don't really care about having some of that extra stuff either. I'm kind of getting to a point with video games as a whole that whatever they get is whatever they get out of me, and that's only when I decide to give it to them. Now, this stuff really grabs me that much. It doesn't enthrall me. It doesn't make me that excited. It's just another video game and a litany of other video games that probably still deserve just as much recognition, time, effort, for as much as they're putting into all these games. There's going to be plenty of games that are going to be coming out probably around this game or even outside of it. This should not be the only game everybody's excited about. Physical copies should still be like a mainstay. That should still be a guarantee with any game that's, especially like AAA or even like certain style of games. I've seen some really cool ones that have come out, especially like limited run. Sometimes we'll do like just shadow drops. I think that's a really awesome thing. I can even go in there and I'm going to look at some of the ones I have. And I'm not maybe playing as much as I used to, so that also plays a role in all this stuff. But okay, so I don't have too many games maybe on file right now as far as PlayStation 5 exclusives, and just people that even have too many of those games. I have just enough to get me by. I was only worried about this particular game right here. Played it a handful of times. Played it with my cousin. I think this is still something that's like a DRM kind of game too. I think they can overcome all these things if they wanted to. They could probably switch all that stuff off. Even if you download this game, it's a good game. Like, these are solid games. I just didn't like that aspect of a lot of what Sony has been doing. Trying to make it almost impossible to even access certain games unless you do have, like, this is a physical steelbook edition of this game. But they might correct some of that stuff. I don't know if they've corrected all of it. I think if like you lose access to online servers, I think it'll almost limit the game to only like a handful of things. Unless they fixed it or patched it. I'm sure they could do a patch where you could just do all the things, even offline. It probably wouldn't matter. I bet there's probably ways they could do that. I would like for them to do all those things. Again, that's wishful thinking. How many of these things could still be like just viable things you do offline? I think most of these are on disk. As far as I know, all these don't require. I don't think they have like a key or a license. I think these are fully on disk games, especially like PS4 titles. So I do have the original Spider-Man. Some of these I have not fully finished yet. I still just want to make a case for people that do have physical games. Doesn't mean that they don't like them or love them. I think a lot of people would like to have full access to their game libraries, even outside of an internet connection. How often will that happen when you don't have one? You could be somewhere, stuff goes down for a while. There could be so many variables that happen. And then there could still be ways of doing that, yes. But yes, having all the stuff downloaded and everything, that'd be nice. But them just giving you the access to everything offline and not really worrying about it too much would be the ideal. I just don't know if we'll ever get back to that time. These are random games. These are just like, I don't even know if anybody even cares about the Oregon Trail. I, for some reason, decided to get that, even if it's just that game only on a PS5. These are just random things that I'm doing in my world. I don't even know if this is as good or just the same exact thing only on a PS5. This could be like a shadow drop or a shadow thing. Some of these are like random. Damn phone sucks as far as like it's. I don't know why these things aren't like zooming like they normally would. Yeah, got limited run games, Gex Trilogy, even if there's people that probably knew about some of these things. Just something random I purchased. Happened to be out there, and it's physical copies of at least 3 of the games. Again, like it's not doing any zooming right now. I don't really know why. Some of these damn phones I have are kind of jank, even after they've been fixed. It's like they won't use zoom features very well. They won't autofocus and stuff like that, but I don't really know. All I know is these are pretty cool things. Owning these things are very cool, and I think are going to become a thing of the past soon enough. So if we don't even like want to hold on to a lot of the physical stuff, I guess there's going to be some people that hang on for the hopefully the duration of all these. I don't think PS6. I'm just gonna maybe go on record, even if it's not true. Could be like I don't know. I don't think PS6 is gonna have probably physical anything. I think if they can help it, they're probably gonna go do away with all of it, and then it'll just be the only thing you have. Yeah, but like I said, the Grand Theft Auto 6 may or may not get. It probably will end up getting one, but I don't know how. I don't know how much anybody's going to really cause a kerfuffle, if they're going to cause a stink about any of that. Some people don't care. I think people have started giving up the fight on a lot of these things. It doesn't feel like they're as angry as they used to be, like back in the day. I feel like people are starting to lose their grip on that reality. That we might actually still end up there. I still think there should always be a place for both, no matter what. I know they have the money to do all these things if they chose to. It's not like they're just running on empty. Like they can't afford to do physical copies of things and offline modes of everything and allowing you to just have access to everything offline. It's just the better thing to do. But how many of these either studios or what do they call those damn things? Let's just say the top tier people that continue to like control everything. I don't know if they care about any aspect of people owning anything. Again, we've already gone through the gambit of people already talking about the owning nothing prospect. I feel like this will be a thing of the past one day. A lot of us are maybe holding on to some aspects of this, like retro stuff and our childhoods and all sorts of stuff are going to be kind of just a thing of the past. Unless there's still like the handfuls of us that will hold on and keep on fighting for these types of things. Just don't think it's the same as it was maybe like a decade ago. like a decade ago, like we're talking 2013 era. It was the Xbox boys that were doing the DRM stuff and trying to make it more of like a set-top box. Now it kind of seems like a lot of things are kind of just going that way no matter what. It's not necessarily a set-top box just yet. It still factors in games. But it's just a lot of things are going that way anyway. I think we kind of saw the forest even before that was going to happen. We were just trying to like hold back the dams. I think a lot of people were trying to hold back that eventual reality. This could still happen anyway. Hopefully there's enough of us that'll still try to hold on to physical. They'll even still put full disc versions. I'm talking all on disc versions, not just partial key on a disc, anything. Just full on disc versions of games that you can still get. And even if they do like limited edition versions or like, I don't know, sometimes they'll do. That's really cool when they do that too. Of like a fully updated, everything's been patched versions of all these games. Even like these current versions are nice. They're always like ready to go. Deluxe versions or definitive editions of games after they've already been fully updated and everything's patched. Physical edition of that game. They've done that quite a few times too. I really like that. Any aspect of them just going and just doing the thing and just standing up for that kind of stuff, that's really cool to me. Like I said, I don't think we should hold our breath for all this stuff. Just hold on as long as you can, I suppose, for all the cool stuff that we remembered. And hope that it doesn't just blow away in the wind. Hopefully we'll hold on to as much of our childhood as we can and keep ourselves going strong. Even if there is, like some of this stuff will go away regardless. I like holding on to some of my childhood sensibilities. That really is something that I don't think it's weak to do that. Some people think you're man babies. Some people think that people who still have childlike sensibilities are like weaker or they're just too like childish. I think if you give up that aspect of yourself, you're going to be a very boring adult. A very boring, stern and or strict or even like a really grumpy adult that just doesn't have a lot of fun. If you don't hold on to aspects of your childhood, things that made you fun, cool, happy, even if you don't stay back there and like you're not still behaving maybe like a child, but just things that kept you curious, kept you innocent, kept you fun, kept you wholesome, like wholesome aspects of our personalities and just really fun things. I don't want to just be a straight up adult that's just overtly just too adult all the time. Always serious, always, I don't know, maybe kind of annoying too at times when they're that serious about every little thing. It's okay to be an adult. Like adulting can be fine because you need to do adult things in order to survive. You need to work, you need to do things, you need to pay bills, you need to do all those things. The amount of stress that it takes out of you to even just do some of these things now, it's almost not worth it. Sometimes I feel like I can understand why some people do try to opt out of certain aspects of life. Not be lazy or nothing, but just something more simplified, something more that brings them back to older styles of wave, older things, older ways of doing things, classier things, stuff that was more wholesome, stuff that was more fun, or stuff that brings them back to an innocent time in life. I can understand that fully. So yes, I don't want to be somebody that is just, I don't know. Yeah, I know some of this stuff may go away regardless. I don't think I can be the only one doing that. Hope everybody's having fun. Hope that everybody's doing as good as they can, doing as well as they can, doing the things they need to be doing for themselves and their brothers, sisters, I don't know, whoever they have in their life that they care about. Hope everybody's doing fun things, having fun, doing cool things, and hanging in there. And that's about it. I was going to leave you guys there, and you guys have fun with your lives.